This is a real problem. But what we've got to do as Democrats now is we've got to hold this party accountable.
Do you agree with the notion that it was rigged?
Yes.
President Trump responded on Twitter. Pocahontas just stated that the Democrats, led by the legendary crooked Hillary Clinton, rigged the primaries. Let's go, FBI and Justice Department. Joining me now, Fox News contributor Tomi Lahren and Democratic strategist Liz Smith. So, Tomi, I'll begin with you. Hillary can't say this is a vast right-wing conspiracy here. This is the Democratic Party admitting that she rigged the primary against Bernie.
You know what's sad? All this effort, all this work into rigging it, and she still lost.
When
we think about it, it's actually quite pathetic.
It really is. I mean, she's just incompetent. And, you know, and my point is, if she could rig a primary against Bernie, why wouldn't she try to rig the general against Donald Trump?
You know, that's the question that still remains to be answered. But are we really shocked by any of this? No. I mean, I wonder what the Democrats are thinking. Are they really in shock and awe after what Donna Brazile revealed? I mean, come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, and here, I can weigh in on this and tell you that no, we're not. And 2 years ago, when this was happening, people like me, people like the guy I was working for, Martin O'Malley, we were ringing alarm bells about this.
Oh, wait a second. She not only rigged the primary against Bernie, she rigged it against Martin O'Malley. He would have won the nomination, maybe.
Well, I'm not going to use the term rigged, but there's no question they acted inappropriately and put a thumb on the scale. So yes. I'm not going to defend their conduct there. But hey, man, Jesse, Tomi, where were you guys when they were doing this back then? Because it was public knowledge. People like me were out there expressing outrage, and
well, we didn't know about this until the WikiLeaks emails revealed it, and then what happened was Debbie Wasserman Schultz had to step down on the eve of her own convention.
No, this was reported in 2015. We were screaming from the rooftops, and you were nowhere to be found. I would have loved to have had your help.
Well, scream a little louder, Liz. Let me ask you guys this. Is this basically the Democratic Party saying, Hillary, go back into the woods, take your Chardonnay, we're done with you? Go ahead, Tomi.
I would say absolutely so. I think they're really trying to get rid of her, and I think that they're trying to kind of bring the anger out of these Bernie bros. And again, where's Bernie Sanders in all this? I said it last night on Twitter. If Bernie has any grit at all, he will tear the DNC a new one. He will be vocal, and all these supporters that he had will come out en masse, and they will denounce the DNC, and something will change. But he's been rather quiet about the whole thing.
Yeah, why haven't we heard from Bernie, Liz?
Because, look, we are moving on. Everyone agrees that the DNC acted inappropriately in 2016. That's why we elected a new leader there. And the new leader, Tom Perez, when he was running for DNC chair, said that the 2016 process was flawed, and he's going to stop it from being repeated again. And let me just say one thing. I mean, you guys are so obsessed with Hillary Clinton, and it's like, move on.
Wait a second.
The Democratic Party has moved on, and you guys haven't. And
wait a second. I didn't break the news that she rigged the primary. Donna Brazile, a Democrat, wrote a book about it. That's why we're covering it.
I mean, I feel like every day it's Hillary, Hillary, Hillary. And do you remember that guy, Hiro Onada? He was in the Japanese Imperial Army, and 30 years after World War II ended, they found him in the wilds of the Philippines, still fighting the war because no one told him it was over. Sometimes I feel like no one ever told you that the election is over.
I
that
feel
Donald
like
Trump
no one ever told Hillary the election's
lost.
over because she still continues to fight. Tomi?
Oh my goodness, there's just so many places I could go with that. We're obsessed with Hillary because Hillary is obsessed with Hillary. Furthermore, there are still people protesting the election. It's been almost a year now. So I think that we've accepted it. I'm wondering when the other side of the aisle is going to accept it, because every day in and day out, that's all we hear. So I think that's a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black, don't you think?
All right, well, listen, let's just accept the results of the election and that Donald J. Trump is the President of the United States. Now, let's move on. I want to show you guys an ad, despicable ad, by the Latino Victory Fund. Now, they are aligned with the Democrat running for governor, Northam, who's running against Ed Gillespie. This is an actual ad that was released on television. Go. Now, Tomi, this is a new low in political advertising. They have yanked the ad, and the excuse they use is because a Muslim terrorist mowed down people in his car the other day. But before that, they were for the ad, so I don't really know where they stand. And this is helping Ed Gillespie in the Virginia governor's race because it is so outrageous.
Well, it's disgusting. Really, who wants to watch that? Not only is it disgusting, it's misguided. And I'd like to hear what the Democrats have to say about this, if they support it, if they really think that this is what Republicans are trying to do, is mow down minority children. I don't think that's ever been a part of our platform. Do we want to keep out illegal immigrants? Of course we do, but we're not going to mow them down in pickup trucks. Come on.
Liz, let me just put this to you this way. If Romney in 2012 had cut an ad with a bunch of black gang members on motorcycles, running down white kids in a little neighborhood with some rap music, and then at the end it says, paid for Romney for president, the outrage on the national scene would have been white hot. But this is a blip because it's a Democrat ad.
Right. Well, no. Well, I first of all, I disagree with that. And just to Tommy's point, she's waiting to hear Democrats weigh in. Democrats have already weighed in. I have not spoken to a single Democrat who has defended this ad. Ralph Northam didn't run this ad. It was an outside group, and he has said that he thought the ad was off, off in terms of its tone and everything.
When they were first asked about the ad, his campaign spokesman said she supported it.
And let me say this. I thought the ad was offensive. I was not an ad that I would support. And you know what? It resorted to the sort of fear tactics that we're used to seeing from the Republican Party. And remember this, it was an ad that was released in response to an ad from Ed Gillespie tying Ralph Northam, who's a doctor and veteran, to MS-13 gang members. So what this has become is a race to the bottom. But remember, it was started by Ed Gillespie.
Well, if it was a race to the bottom, the Democrats won. And there's nothing wrong, Tommy, with saying that my opponent, a Democrat, supports sanctuary cities that allow MS-13 to run wild in Virginia. Is there not?
Well, exactly. I mean, that's a point that we're actually trying to make because it's reality. It's not like it's any part of the Republican platform or Gillespie's platform that we're going to mow down minority children. I mean, it's disgusting, it's wrong, it's misguided. And you're right, at least the Democrats are able to win something, and that's going lower than ever before. So,
all right, ladies, we got to run.
And look, there are no sanctuary cities in Virginia, and MS-13 is not running rampant around Virginia. Okay?
Not yet. All right.